Hi everyone, I'm adding this disclaimer here to hopefully address some potential questions. See, I usually film my videos in bulk on my trips to theme parks. Therefore, I have quite a few backlogged that just haven't been released. Problem is that when the parks start to reopen in mid-July, they're going to look a lot different than what is pictured in my videos, and I just don't want to confuse viewers. So what I'm going to do is post as many as I can up until Walt Disney World begins to open on July 11th. So that's a video every day for the next 3 weeks or so. Once the park reopens, we'll work on showing you what they look like in real time. But for now, enjoy this walk through the parks of 2019. Hi everybody, Brian McNichols here. Today, I am at Coronado Springs Resort at Disney World, Florida, and I am going to give you a tour of Coronado Springs. Now, this tour will not include the brand new Gran Destino Tower. That is a separate tour, which you've probably already seen, and it's popping up right there. So watch that after you're done with this. I am outside of the El Centro building, which is where the check-in used to be, where the quick service dining still is. And we're going to take a lap around this lagoon and see what Coronado Springs is all about. Cactus? All right, so let's head inside and check it out. So this is kind of a weird, like, mixed resort now, because Gran Destino Tower is pretty much its own thing, but there's still this giant building that has all these check-in desks over here that just aren't being used for anything right now. I imagine at some point they're planning on taking this out and doing something with it, but I'm not sure even what. Because between the two, there's a lot of dining options now at Coronado Springs. There's already a big gift shop right over here. This is Panchitos. This is the gift shop here at Coronado. Pretty much the only reason I walk into the gift shops is to see if they have resort-specific stuff, and they do. Not great, though. The resort-specific stuff is not great. These people just don't really buy it that much. But this is the way to the convention center, restaurants, that kind of stuff. First up is Cafe Rick's. This is basically a grab-and-go type place. So pastries, sandwiches, that kind of stuff, drinks that you can get. Has the longest hours of any of the dining here. So it's great for early morning, evening. You just really need something to drink. You need a coffee in the morning. That's usually why I've used it. All right, now I am kind of right between two. This is the Mercado del Coronado. This is the main quick service here. You can see ours right there. It's actually pretty good. Lots of seating in there. And then this side is Rick's Sports Bar and Grill. It used to just be Rick's Bar, but we made it a sports bar and grill now. Still has some of the very cool, it almost reminds me of like Moroccan decorations, but I assume it's Southwestern America, Northern Mexico kind of thing. Down there, convention centers. I'm not gonna walk all the way down there. They look like convention centers. All right, now we are outside. The lovely Laguna Bar is right there. Not actually a great bar, but great views. That's half of it. The Three Rivers Bar is out there on the water. I really like the addition of that, not just as extra dining here, but now making this have a ridiculous amount of dining, especially for a moderate, but that it makes a shortcut here. You used to always have to walk around the lagoon. Now there are, well, 3 bridges that kind of cut off this walk. I am still taking the long way at the moment. I'm gonna walk all the way around with you to show you the different sections here. Now you can see Gran Destino Tower, towering in the back there. I need a thesaurus. This is the Casitas section. These are the ones that, I don't know, to me they look a lot like apartment buildings. And I don't remember off the top of my head exactly what style any of this stuff is going, but it goes Casitas, Ranchos, Cabanas as we get to them. One thing I do like about the Casitas section is they kind of creates these courtyards out here that are very pleasant, especially this one up here with this nice fountain underneath these archways. This used to be, before Gran Destino Tower was built, this used to kind of be the place where a lot of the conventioneers used to stay. because it's close. This was all preferred. In fact, it probably still is. There were some suites in this area. Now the idea is a lot of those people will migrate to Gran Destino Tower, although I can tell you just from walking around here, seeing people wearing matching polo shirts and lanyards, that many of the conventioneers are still staying in this section. And actually, I have stumbled on one of the quiet pools. Coronado has quiet pool in each section, so 3 quiet pools in addition to the main pool, which we have not gotten to yet. This is one of the quiet pools. Like the quiet pools everywhere, they are relatively boring compared to the main pool. It's amazing how much the addition of Three Rivers and Gran Destino has changed the views here. I mean, they're very useful, and I like both very much, but it isn't as pretty walking around back here as it used to be. Like I said, much more convenient. I mean, this used to be quite a walk to get over there, and now you can just kind of take that bridge, and I mean, it's not exactly a straight shot, but it's much closer than it used to be. There's a nice fountain. Now I've actually been walking for quite a while here, and I still am not at the Rancho, so I feel bad for like this family who has brought their luggage. Now they did take the shortcut across the bridge, but still a lot of walking. And now at long last, a lot of walking you didn't see in there, we are at the Ranchos. It feels much more southwest to me. A lot of desert landscaping over there, cacti and rocks, lower buildings, different color scheme, different railings, everything. Like they did a good job separating between the 3 acts as close as I'm gonna get. Doesn't get any more exciting than that when you get back there. But these also have the longest walk. I mean, even just to get to the nearest bridge, you're going to right there, and then you have to go all the way across. Now, these aren't that far from the pool, which we're coming up on here pretty soon, but they're inconvenient to everything else. They would be my last choice if I was staying here, I think. Out of the 4, the Tower, Cabanas, Casitas, Ranchos, in that order, without taking price into account. Of course, the Casitas are preferred. The Tower is a little more expensive for standard rooms. I would go with Cabanas over here. That's kind of in between the pool and the main dining areas. But we didn't get there yet. All right, coming up on the pool, which is right about where this bridge goes. So if you want to orient yourself from anywhere else around, we have some beach volleyball here to the left. A couple of resorts here have beach volleyball. Almost never see anyone actually playing it. It is quite hard, but still. So this is the main pool area called the dig site. Of course, the centerpiece of it is that big Mayan temple there with the water running down it. Siesta's Pool Bar is right there. Yet another dining option here. Not a lot of seating, but it's really meant as to grab a drink, grab some food, go to the pool area. This is a pretty cool water slide too, actually. That comes down, goes. It's faster than it looks, faster than a lot of them here. Ping pong tables. Arcade is right there. Over here is the dig site play area, one of the more elaborate play areas. Oh, they took down the swings. There used to be swings right there, but you can go through this guy's mouth. Little play thing over there. There's kind of a climbing apparatus, pretty decent slide. Okay, it's not as elaborate as I remembered it being. It just takes up a lot of space. Also has this spongy ground, which I definitely prefer to sand. But me and Anakin, who don't like sand. And now walking around the pool, you can see the water slide, which is right over there. There are some hot tubs over there to the left. And over here is the kind of kiddie pool. It is kind of lame compared to some of the others. They don't have the big elaborate thing here. It's really just a little like wading pool with a couple of fountains in it. So Coronado could do better. In fact, I'm surprised they haven't already. A lot of the ones, you know, Portolan's French Quarter and things like that just got theirs within the last couple of years. You would have thought they'd do one here too, but they were busy building a tower, I guess. So now out of the pool area and directly into the cabanas. Now the cabanas are slightly different looking, I guess. They're all these 2-story. You can kind of see the difference there is the ranchos and the cabanas. Different color scheme, I guess. But if I'm going for Coronado Springs standard room here, I would go with one of these. Mostly because of the location. So here, you know, I just walk out of the pool, it's right there. And then over here, all the dining and everything is going to be either in Gran Destino Tower or further over there in El Centro that you can kind of make out right there. So from like this building there, you can kind of just walk this path, cut straight across that bridge, and you're basically at Gran Destino. It's a little bit closer anyway than the Ranchos. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do, is cut across that bridge and go straight back towards Gran Destino. Like I said, Gran Destino is going to be a different tour, and you know what, I guess that kind of ends it. Sun is starting to get a little low, which just makes everything look a little prettier, except me. So how about you look this way? Oh, that tower. Well, it really does break the eye line a little bit there. But thank you for walking around Coronado Springs with me. Hopefully this was interesting, and if it was, go ahead, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you don't already. That actually helps us a lot. And if you are going to Walt Disney World, staying at Coronado Springs or pretty much anywhere, touringplans.com can help a lot. So I suggest you subscribe there, because that, you know, keeps us doing these videos and things. But thank you for watching, and be excellent to each other.